prevent earthquakes. Please log on as often as you can. PowerTalk1360.com. Saw what we could do this week. We reduced a massive earthquake down in L.A. to just a 4.4. No damage, no injuries. Every click counts, friends. PowerTalk1360.com. And as it is such, so also as such, is it unto you. Well, you've read the story, I assume, on our website at PowerTalk1360.com. If you haven't, it's pretty much everywhere at this particular point. But joining me in studio this afternoon is Kristopher Vieira. Chris, good afternoon. Welcome to the show.
Well, thank you.
Glad to have you here. Let's tell everybody you're a veteran,
yes,
but you're also a student at Delta. Is that correct?
Yes.
So tell everybody what you did in the military.
I was a parachute rigger. I'm the rigger, not the ranger in the story. I'm also not the terrorist.
Which is an important distinction today.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, because there is also a terrorist at Delta College, or was a terrorist at Delta College, but he has now been arrested after threatening to blow up a train in Los Angeles. We may have time to get to that story. We may not. So all of this came about. It's kind of a convoluted, a little bit of confusion in this story, yes. And there's a couple of things to keep in mind here. There's basically three characters. There's Chris,
yes,
who is a rigger, not a ranger.
Rigger, yes.
There's your friend who's a ranger,
yes,
who we're not going to bring him into this because really his role in this is he's basically the backside star of your video. He's the guy actually talking to the fake soldier in the video.
We're both talking to him, but
right.
He is the guy that calls him out.
Right.
Yes,
he's the guy with the tattoo on his arm.
Yes.
He's that guy, but we don't really ever see him face to face. We don't really talk to him.
Right.
We're talking to the fake soldier, who, by the way, is named Joe Scott.
Yes.
And you. And so the primary characters are you, Joe, the fake guy, and then the Marine or the Ranger, who's kind of he's an important part of this story, yes. But he's not the focal point.
No.
And that's really what I need you to get straight here before we go too far. So you are at Delta College.
Correct.
And you are, as you said to me, in the chow line or the chow hall.
Yes, we're in the chow hall in the cafeteria, and I witnessed Joe Scott walking around as G.I. Joe with his 22-year-old face.
See what you did there.
With his 22-year-old face and his E8 rank on his chest. And I turned to my buddy, the Ranger, and I'm like, hey, man, does that guy look like an E8 to you? And he looks over and he's like, no, not at all.
Just so you know, those of you that aren't military savvy or keeping up here, E8 is it's the second highest senior enlisted rank.
Yes.
It takes a while to get there.
Yes, quite a while.
Navy, it's senior chief. I mean, it takes. You're an old crusty salt by the time you get there of probably at least 30 before you.
They're usually pretty crusty. Yeah. Actually,
you got to be in a while before you're at that point. This is not something that a 22-year-old guy would be. Unless he, I don't know, saved the president's daughter or something.
Yeah, you would have to be pretty incredible to be E8 at that age.
In which case, you'd probably have a blue ribbon around your neck, too.
Probably, yeah.
But he didn't have any of that.
No.
What else did you see wrong?
Well, later on, I saw that he was wearing a 101st Airborne patch, which is the Screaming Eagles. And then he had a Ranger tab over that, and then an EOD tab over that, which EOD is the Military Bomb Squad. Right. If you ever seen the Hurt Locker, it's like that. So
basically, this guy had three of the most, I would famous, most difficult, most elite organizations.
Yeah, with the rank and that EOD.
Delta on there, but he didn't have Delta Force or anything. But okay, so he has.
Do they have a patch?
I don't know. He didn't have a SEAL thing on, but give him time, he probably would have figured that one out too. So he's got 101st Airborne.
Yep.
Which those guys, I mean, they got a history, and they're very proud of it.
Very, very proud. They're also not airborne anymore. They're air assault, which is repelling, basically.
Right. The battling bastards of Bastion.
Yes.
All the way back to the Battle of Bulge, these guys have been, and they're proud of that unit. And
I'm proud of them too. As a parachute rigger, we credit all of the World War II paratroopers as the first parachute riggers because they had to pack their own parachutes, and that would be scary.
Which is kind of an aside, is something that's kind of cool. As a parachute rigger, they make you jump out every now and then.
Yes, they do.
Because
I mean, they're not going to make you jump something that you wouldn't jump, or pack something that you wouldn't jump yourself.
Right. So it gives those guys this confidence that, these must be okay. They've tested them themselves. Right. It's a good plan.
Except the Air Force, they don't test them.
Well, Air Force, what do you want? So back to this for just a second here.
Yeah.
You did that. You got this guy with 101st Airborne. He's got
the Ranger tab.
Which now, again, I'm Navy. So I know what Rangers are. But why wouldn't the 101st Airborne guy probably be in the Rangers?
Well, the Rangers are a very elite group, and there's they have like support units and this and that. But to get the actual tab, you have to go through the prerequisite. You have to be in a Ranger unit for so long. Then you have to go through Ranger school.
Right.
They're less than 1% of the Army. I mean, that is a very elite group. And this guy's walking around like at 22 years old. I might have believed it, but not with that chubby face.
And then to top it all off, he's EOD on top of it.
EOD on top of that.
Disposal.
I mean, really, you're going to be bomb squad? Those guys just walk up and poke bombs with knives. Like, that's a bomb. Like,
so
I don't
this kind
believe
of set you off. You're sitting in the chow hall at Delta College, and you look at this and you tap your buddy, the Ranger, and you go,
yes.
Does this look right to you?
And it did not look right.
All right,
and
so far so good. All right, I mean, if I saw a guy walking around in a Navy uniform with medals on the wrong side, and
yes.
USS Michigan and USS Nimitz on his thing, I'd be a little suspicious too.
Right. I mean, it's like if you walk. I mean, any 22-year-old E8 is suspicious.
Yeah, I'd agree with you there, especially not in wartime or in a time of like World War II kind of thing. Sure,
yeah.
Combat promotions and that sort of stuff. But so you looked at this, you and your buddy, you sat there and you went, okay, now what do we do? What goes through your head at that time?
He actually walked his girlfriend to class, and then I spotted him on the way back out, and I grabbed my buddy, and we're like, no, we're going to go correct this guy, because he's walking around with no headgear on, drinking a cup of coffee on his cell phone, which what anybody with military experience knows, that is all kinds of ate up.
All he needs is his hands in his pockets, and you'd have a...
Oh, that happened in the video.
Oh, well, there you go. Yeah, all of these things are improper military bearing.
Yes.
Is the proper phrase for that. So no headgear, cup of coffee in his hand while he's walking, cell phone while he's walking. All of this stuff is just not, again, it doesn't seem like a big deal to most people, because on a college campus you probably see people with cups of coffees and cell phones walking around.
Yes.
But they're not wearing E8 uniforms.
They're not wearing E8 military. They're not even wearing Army uniforms.
Yeah, they're not even wearing E4 uniforms, because it's just
you don't even see uniforms on the campus unless the veterans or that organization approves it through the offices.
So all your antennae are twitching.
Yes.
And you're getting ready to go bananas. We're talking with Chris Vieira. He's the filmmaker. He's the guy that actually filmed this whole incident at Stockton.
No, I'm not the guy that filmed
you're not.
it. No, Stephen Dono or something like that. He filmed it. I'm the white guy in the video with a beard.
See, I missed that
so many
part,
people
too.
have gone through.
All right. So anyway,
That's
he's
so
in the video. He was the guy that's there, and I do know this. He's the guy that ends up getting arrested. So
yes,
at least that part I've got right. It's 5:15. Dave 565-3283. Back after this break.